Hey guys, how's it going? Hopefully you guys this day's going good. This is that dyno ran 620 that I did. I don't know if I'm the only one that runs into this problem or not. I am missing. I have four 620s. I had five. I got rid of one, and every one of them came with bars and chains that when I bought them. And then, like, I bought this extra 27-inch bar. I know I had two 24-inch bars that were Echo brand. I had a couple 20-inchers. I know one 24-inch one is back here, but I modified it, opened up the slot so it'll fit the 7310s. The 7310s run the same mount as Husqvarna's. The 620s run a different mount. But like that's a 7310. But I am missing. I don't know what is going on. I don't know what I did with them or where I stuck them. I cannot find them. I wanted to put a new chain on that, and the only new chain that I got for a 27-inch bar is this Oregon skip chain, and that is not a skip saw. That saw does not need a. It's pulling 7.3 horse. It does not need a skip chain, especially if it's only pulling a measly 27-inch bar. So I don't know. I can't be the only saw guy that runs into this dilemma. I know I kind of keep my stuff organized, like at least where I know where it's at. Like this is fatter gauge 20-inch chains, and I only have one bar that fits them, so I keep them separate. I no longer have saws that these chains fit, but I don't want to get rid of them in case I ever get another saw. Them are all 325s, 63 gauge, I think. These are junk chains. They ran the wrong sprocket and ruined it. Sucks too. There's a lot of life left on that, and they ran a 404 sprocket with it and ruined that chain. And then this here's a dangerous chain that come off a saw that come in here. Guy was complaining it was too grabby, and they pretty much cut the rakers off it. I have played with that chain just to test torque, but that's it. Like that'll put a big load on a saw in a hurry. But I just, like, this is my 20-inch 620 bar, which I should have two of them. I should have a 590 bar floating around here somewhere as well. I have no idea what I do with it. These are all 70 driver chains for that bar. And then up here, this is all steel bars right up till you get to here. These are some oddball Echo ones I have, and this is that's a 10-pin chain set up for 20-inch, so I can run 10-pin if I'm testing. And then that's a home light bar and chain. The saw for that's down in the shed. And then here's the 4910 and 501 stuff. I've got that label's for the chains that are actually behind it. This bar goes with these ones, but I should have another one of them. Man, it's driving me bonkers. But back onto the 620s. This one's on a 102 roof. I was asked if they wanted to know where it peaked out at for RPM. Here's the dyno sheet of it. At 11,000 RPM, it peaked out at 7.3. And it, like the graft on it's just really nice. But this thing, like, let's say 6 horsepower. Where is it here? I'm trying to look through the phone. 7,000 RPM is looks like where it just drops below 6 horse. It's 5.89. So at 70,250, it's 6.7, and it holds over 6 horse almost to 11,750. At 11,500, it's 6.29. So that's why I love this saw. And those that are wondering, that's on a 102 roof with a base cut. This 620 that I'm missing my bar and chain for, that I don't know what I did with it. This saw is on 105, but I did a base cut and brought the exhaust back to the stock 105. This is a very, very mellow build. That saw is running a 27, and that when I bought that saw, I bought an extra bar and chain for that saw, and the new chain's on the old bar, but for the life of me, no idea what I did with them. But that saw is stock with just a mild muffler mod. And then this is a Samora bar that I bought later on down the line that fits 620s. So that'll fit any of them. But that's I'm missing echo bars. That's what I don't get. But this one's what I'd like to get this one on a dyno. This got one of my homemade mufflers, kind of like an Iron Horse style. This one's on 100 on the exhaust roof with a base cut. This one's at 102. And the reason this thing's got an ugly jalopy cobbed up mufflers, this was the second 620 that I ever bought, the first one I ever ported, and I've been in it 3 different times moving stuff around until I got it where I wanted it. And I destroyed the original muffler trying to cut it apart, so I picked up a bunch of scrap around the shop and built that homemade thingy there, and was using it as a test mule, and then I thought I'd always refine it. Well, this thing runs so good with that ugly muffler, I've just never messed with it. It lets the heat out. This thing makes incredible power. Absolute joy to cut with. This is one of my favorite 620s. So I'm gonna pause you guys, get the camera set up, and show you what I'm doing to the chain. Alright guys, I think I got you a pretty good angle on this thing. I typically, even though this will put scratches in the bar and stuff, if I'm going to hand sharpen, that's how I like to do it. Typically I use a grinder. I can go either way. I can sharpen really good with a grinder, or I can do fairly good hand filing. It just depends on what I'm trying to do. I think I already got, it looks like I already got that one, so this will be the one. I typically just try to straddle the saw, hold my thumb here, and I like it on a little bit of an angle, and I'll kind of twist the file just a little bit. You can pull back and up on the tooth, but I'm also getting the gullet, like, you can kind of feel where it's got to be. And I'm no professional, and just slow and steady wins the race on this. When I do hand file a chain, I'm never in a rush. And then that burr, see that little burr, that's the chrome on the top. It just fluffs off and that tooth is sharp. That's typically how I do it. For this chain, this file's probably a smidgen on the small side, but it'll work the way I'm doing it. I think this one would like the next size up file. I could probably get a little deeper into the gullet, but this is how I do it. I'm, maybe someday I'll do one showing how I do it on the grinder. Yep, that feels pretty good. So, but there's so many, I'm not going to argue with anybody. I sharpen my way. There's so many ways people do stuff. I'm not going to tell, I look at it this way. However you sharpen your chain, if it's pulling chips and not powder, then you're onto something. Because if it's pulling powder, don't run it. You'll just burn your chainsaw up. You want nice big chips. I'm not going to touch the rakers on this because they're down quite a bit anyway. This chain got rocked early on in its life, and I had to take a bunch off it. So, like, I'll probably do 2 hand sharpenings, and then, like, when it's getting close to where the rakers need to be touched up, I'll do a machine sharpening, and then I'll go back through and then use a raker gauge and set all the rakers, make sure stuff's all trued back up like it should be. But that's how I'm going to do this one. Looks like I just hit 10 minutes. I've blabbered on enough in this video. Hope you guys are enjoying the 4th. And, you know, hopefully you guys are having fun and taking it easy and staying cool. So, hopefully that helps. This vid helps you guys out. Especially the guy that I can't remember. I'm horrible at remembering names and who commented where, but I know somebody wanted to know what the 620 peaked out at, and it was 11,000. So where it pulled the peak at, and that makes sense because this thing really cooks through the wood. So, but all right, I've blabbered on enough. You guys have a good one. Take it easy.